Hello, it's Mimi. I've just put together another short video about an important aspect of meditation, which is allowing. Whatever you want to call the final stage, that final stage, which I call allowing. Some other people might call it letting go, other people might call it receiving, but really it's all about putting yourself in the space to be able to allow, receive, believe that which you're trying to manifest. Again, I think with the small manifestations, coffee, flowers, what have you, that's easy. For the bigger stuff, trips, cars, experiences, specific people, that can be trickier. I think moving through the resistance or doubt phase, I think most people find tricky, but getting to the final stage, kind of letting go and detaching and moving on with your life can also be difficult too, because again, it seems counterintuitive. If I want this thing, shouldn't I keep wanting it? I just wanted to highlight a couple things from my own experience with respect to this final stage. And the first thing is that it's not that you're not wanting it, but you're basically acknowledging to the universe that you don't need it in order to be happy. Because the reality is none of us need anything else outside of ourselves to be happy. And I think that's something that a lot of us kind of, spend our life trying to figure out or get okay with, because there's so many external sources telling us that we need other things. But when we're born as these perfect little beings, we have everything we need inside of us, regardless of the circumstances that we're born into, regardless of the bodies that we're born into. Ultimately, we have everything inside of us, in our spirit, in our inner being that guides us every day to be able to attain happiness. Happiness is a choice. And so all of these things that we're trying to manifest can't really be the excuse for being happy. It really just helps us to be able to reflect the happiness back to ourselves and have a bit of fun in life. But ultimately, it's the feeling from the things that we're trying to manifest that ultimately create the happiness. And we can create a feeling in our own mind and in our own bodies ourselves without having the thing. So, and that's where things like visualization and meditation come in really handy, because they can help us to experience what having what we're trying to manifest feels like, and therefore giving us the opportunity to be happy now in this moment, which is the key, right? That's where we all want to get to. But again, if you're constantly kind of doing a status check between where you're at and where that thing is that you want, and going, well, it's not shown up yet, and trying to use a manifestation as validation that universe is listening or that you're worthy, that's going to trip you up every single time. So being able to get to the point where I think for me, the key thing is trusting, right? If you ultimately trust the universe, you trust that what you ask for will come to you if you're living in alignment with that which you want, then you can let go. You can continue on with your day-to-day life in the condition that you're living, and allow that manifestation to come. And the reason manifestations take time, particularly, again, those bigger things, is because the universe has to organize the cooperative component. So, for example, if it's the dream job, the dream job has to be created, or someone else has to vacate it, or you have to sort of be mentally and emotionally ready to inhabit that which the new job requires. If it's a trip, again, it's the trip being available. If it's a specific person, again, that's a specific person being available and being ready to resonate with you. So there is oftentimes a time lag between when we ask for the manifestation and when the manifestation is delivered to us. But time is really just an earthly concept, right? Outside of our human experience, time doesn't really exist. It's simply something that we are perceiving in this human experience. So being able to allow, key to that is trusting that what you've asked for will come to you, and really get in the place where you can be happy no matter what the condition. And to be honest, that in itself is really the key to happiness. If you're one of those people that's kind of ping-ponging off the back of experiences and deciding your emotions based on what happens to you, it's going to be a rough life. And I think many of us, I certainly have been there myself, and I slip into that from time to time. I think, but the thing that I remind myself is happiness is a choice, and how I perceive the world is a choice. And therefore, despite things happening that I may not necessarily want, I have the choice for how I want to respond to that experience, and I have the choice to be okay anyway, and to appreciate all of the things that are going well. Because I think all of us can look around, no matter how small that thing is. The weather's beautiful. We had good interactions with people on public transport, or people going about our day. We're having a good hair day, whatever it might be. There's so many things that we can appreciate and be thankful for. And being grateful is a great way to put yourself in that headspace of not letting things that may not be what you prefer to just sort of roll off of you. We choose to categorize things as positive or negative. We choose that. But the events itself in themselves are not necessarily anything. We choose to attach meaning to events that happen. And therefore we can choose to attach a neutral or positive meaning to events, even if they may not be something that we prefer. And again, that really boils down to that trust that we're being supported, that we are loved, that we are love inside, and that we're in a loving universe. And therefore, the things that we ask for, if we're living in alignment with that which we're asking for, that it will happen. So just a little tip there to help you allow everything you want, but in particular those kind of bigger things that make a bigger impact. I hope that this tip has helped you. If there's any other videos that you'd love for me to create, feel free to email me at livingsoulcentered, centered@gmail.com. Feel free to leave comments. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification to make sure that as I create new videos, you'll get a notification that there's something for you to view. All the best. Take care.